Good morning, everyone, or whatever it is when you're viewing this. It's morning here in Florida. It's kind of an overcast day, so I'm hoping the lighting's okay. When we finished yesterday, I was going to work on pockets. I made a template for this, and you can find that on my Sew Euphoria Facebook page. And I made a template for the pockets. If you're doing the same exact size, if you're not, well, then you can add to it or subtract from it and blow it up on your that, and also for the strip here. And so we're gonna glue this down, and what this has got is it's got the little wings on it, and then that way when you put it down, it gives you a little bit more lift on your pocket. And so my glue is sitting up. I usually leave it sideways because it just pours out much easier if you leave it sideways with the lid on. Otherwise it oozes out. Alright, so we've got that on there. We're going to line it up. And put it down. Now with this one that I'm making, I've decided I am going to do some stitching with this and incorporate more fabric with this one. As you can see on this one, it's just a little something, but it just adds texture and texture with it, with the textiles. On this one I've done, they call it sashiko, but now the new thing, you know, here in in England and the United States, they're calling it slow stitching. And so what I've done is just a straight stitch all the way around, and then I went around and did a blanket stitch. Now I've got this one to where I'm almost done with it, and I figured I would do a little bit of the slow stitching, and I'm not going to do the blanket stitch around this one. I wanted them a little bit different. And it's just putting your needle in and then giving you a small amount of space, and you want to kind of judge it kind of evenly so that your stitches are even. But it's just all about the simple pleasure of taking time. See, like that one I didn't get. See, now that I'm showing you guys, otherwise my stitching's usually pretty good. Not perfect, but it's handmade, so it's not perfect. And this sometimes is called like a gathering stitch, but I didn't really want it to gather. I just wanted it to have some light texture. And so now we've got the stitching in there. I'm going to pull it through, bring it to the back, make sure it's not gathering on me, and then I'm going to tie a knot. And I've already gone around and trimmed up the edges on this piece. And I'm going to cut my knot, put my needle where I can find it, and I've trimmed up around the edges. This edge could maybe be used to trim up a little bit more. I used some batting on the back, and then this is just going to go across here, and it's just something to give it just a little extra texture. Like I said, I'm going to be including some stitching through this, and just different things. I'm going to do a couple of pages that are mixed media and not just standard. And then I'm just going to, with the Fabri-Tac, put this down. I don't want it way too far over here. I think this has got enough room that it won't. But it's just something a little different on the pockets. All right, so we've got that done, and now we've got our first pockets, and we've got this done. Now I will go back later and decorate this. I think I'm gonna do some stitching and put an extra binding on here, and I might do it in this burgundy just to incorporate the burgundy in here and give it some more support on this side. So I think that will be coming up. And now I'm going to get some other things ready for us, and I'll be right back. Hi guys, it's Nancy Lynn, and I'm here today. I'm just going to adjust you guys a little bit. I think we're good there. Last night I worked on putting all the stuff together that I think I'm probably going to put into this album. I did fussy cutting and all other kinds of things, so I figured I'd go through just to show you kind of what you can put together beforehand. This was the piece that we had left over from the pockets. So I might make, we'll see, that will be used for something. For now it's going to be to hold. This was a piece from the paper pack, and they're really light. That's the only thing I don't know if you guys can see how light they are. So I think they'll be good backdrops for something. I just wouldn't want them to be my focal point in any of the ephemera that we're going to make. Now these were pretty, and it was one solid page, and then it had all of these strips that I cut up so that I have them ready, so if I want to put them across a journal card or whatever I'm making. Now these were kind of pretty, so we'll be seeing these, and this was from another page in this pack that we're using. Just all kinds of little things with a little gold, and so they're more pinky than I was looking for, and it's kind of pinks and blues, but they'll work. I cut these up. This was a paper pack that I got from Porch Designs. I'll have to look it up and see what the name of it was, but it just has these tabs. I really don't like the color of the tabs, but we can decorate those up afterwards. And then it had lots of other things, tickets. I also am going to make a template for the book, and I also have a template. Let me see, are they out here? No, I'll grab them before we finish today. To make tickets. The ones I have are a little bit wider. I just like them a little bit better because you have more room to work with them, put some more pretty stuff on them. But this came with that paper pack. But I will put those templates on my Sew Euphoria page. These are just some other little things, cards, all this stuff in here. This was a sign language card, some words and sentiments, and all of these are in here, and there's all different sizes with it. There's, you know, your tags, and so all those will be working with, but I have a good backdrop now, so I've got stuff I can work with. So those are those. Then this was from G. Kerr. This is one of her freebies if you're on her Facebook page back a while ago. These I had also made paper clips out of, and these I think I am going to Mod Podge over. It just brings out the color a little bit better on those. So those are going to go with my Mod Podge over there. Then this other ones, just some pretty flowers, and then I kept some of my cardboard, some butterflies, some more words, some more flowers, more words that I can cut up for. This was a printable paper. I printed it on cardstock. I really wanted to do copy paper, and this one's another one that printed out on cardstock because it came with those hearts and stuff with it. But I will be putting those in there. Now last night, this was one of the pages from the Delilah, and it's a good paper. It's a little bit heavier than copier paper, but not too heavy. And I just made up a real quick little envelope to put in there, just thinking of ideas while I'm doing it. More cardstock. I know there's a lot of stuff. And then of course this was our piece that we made. This is our book cover. Now I did print out some pages for journaling. I found these under free printouts online. There was this one, and then there's this one. I just figured to bring some of the black in because I have the burgundy, and I printed out those. These were beautiful. They are cathedral windows, but they printed out so small I didn't know how they were going to print out. I'll go play with them and make them a little bit bigger. But they were all on different sites that I had found where you could print out pre-vintage printables. Right page. This one was from Porch Designs. Some printed paper. So we can do that in there. This, I think it looks like, I'm not sure, but it looks like G. Kerr, and that may be, or it may have come with this package, but I think that was a collage that you could download for free. Some more printable paper, and it's just so that I'm going to be attaching plain paper onto these, and that way I'll have a backing for each one. I did choose some other stuff to make, you know, some more cards and tags and envelopes and all the rest of that. So I chose this one with the printed paper. This one, it looks to me like it has burgundy and black in it, so I chose that one. Then out of regular cardstock, where you buy it by the color, I had this burgundy, and it is two-sided. Then out of one of my old paper packs, I had this piece of burgundy. And then black was what I thought I wasn't going to find, but in one of my paper packs, these are both the same, I did have black. So paper-wise, we're good to go. And then I went on a hunt this morning, finding a goodie bag of just goodies that I maybe can put into here. And like I said, I found this in an upholstery packet that my friend Benita had given me. And this black with the gold was Nummy. This one, I'll have to shut it, but it's like a velour. So those are pretty cool. I thought, yeah, I could use those. And this is all the stuff, you know, we say we don't plan, but you pull all this stuff out and put it together. Different things. I had used the other part of the zipper, so I thought, maybe I'll put a zipper in something. This one is a little, I've got seam binding, I've got all kinds of different stuff here. Piping, some more bias tape. I found a little bit of the burgundy lace. And then I found this ribbon, which I don't know what I made it for, but I did go through and press it, and that's where it's sewn together at. So I don't know what I was using this for, but I might go ahead and sew it down this way, and that's probably what I was using it for, was for that. And then I might use that for my tie on this book, maybe. Then I found beads and some black elastic, because if I didn't want to use the ribbon, I could always use the elastic as a closure. I went looking for buttons. I found this old hematite necklace that I have. It's magnetic, but I like the black beads in there. Found some darker, I think these are eyelets. I'm not sure if they're eyelets or grommets, but, and I found some snaps. I figured they're black, so they might go in there. I found this old, I've used it a couple of times, and it's pretty. It has the beads on it and all that, and it's pink, and it's not really, it's got a little bit of burgundy in there. I threw in all different kinds of needles. I threw in embroidery floss, and then I started, you know, I pulled out some white. And my eyes, I can't tell. I think that now looking at it under this light, it might be more of a blue or black, but I'll find a black. And then I went looking for buttons, and I have a big old huge bag of buttons. And I'm looking through it, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm not finding much black and burgundy. And then what do I come across? A bag of black and burgundy buttons. So I think we have all this. I know, what a big mess. And I have this old scarf. I think it was my mom's. So that one could be another. I thought, oh, that could be a pretty tie on here on the book too. More seam binding. I found some black lace. I found some black faux leather. And I found some ribbon and some black, and then some gross grain ribbon in burgundy. And so, will we see all of this in there? No. But I like to, if I have an idea where I'm going with something, I'll pull out just about everything I can find that might go with those colors. And then I have it all handy to work on it. And then this will become my red and black bag. So then the next time I need red and black, I can go to my red and black bag, and I know I have all kinds of stuff for it. So, like I said, but all kinds of goodies. These got to be cleaned off. They're a little linty, and it still has the paper on it, which I don't mind because we're working with paper anyway. If I was putting it into a quilt, I would have to pull all this stuff off. But I may end up pulling all the, oh, this one, usually guys, they do not come off this easy. Usually you have to fight to get these off. Ooh. That was good luck. Usually you spend days pulling these off sometimes. And it's cool, the back of it's kind of cool the way they stitched it. And like I said, this was from the upholstery sample books. But I do want to do some slow stitching and maybe a collage. So that might be where that comes from. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hi guys, it's Cecilyn, back again. My husband came in, his dogs came in. It gets like a zoo around here sometimes when you get all them together. These I was going to show you. These are from Genevieve, who is another YouTuber, and she made these templates up, and they're different ones. And this one was for this little envelope, and it's got the little sides. But if you're just beginning to start doing any kind of journaling, the junk journaling and all that, these are really nice because you've got the shape. You could trace it out on your paper and use it, or you could just print these out and just use them and, you know, pretty them up, and then you've got these because they're blank. And so thank you, Genevieve, for these. But So you can go to her site, and she has a freebie something, and you can print. She lets you print these out. But she has this one, and then you have this one, which is the 8-sided, and this is more getting into the origami type folding to make the things. And if you're not really sure on how to, say you've seen it and you're like, oh well, but see, this is a template, so you could use the template and just fold it on the lines. These two little ends are your little tucks, and then you just fold it so that it makes up into a little booklet. You can make it this way, and then you'll have like a pocket here, and then you could make a pocket here. So there's a couple different ways, but that's another one. Now, one of these I switched, yeah. Now, this is the same thing. She just didn't put the pockets on this one, but this one I cut from here to here. And that allows me to fold this one out this way, this one out this way. And then I have another little booklet, but this one is a little different shape because it's more like a booklet, and I can go to the center, close this off, and so it'll be like a little book. And that's one of the same printouts. I think there's 3 in the printouts. Then she also very nicely made some covers so that you can cover these. These are a little bit bigger, so if you wanted to make it kind of a book style, you've got these. And then she's also printed out these, so if you wanted to make a, you know, use the outside as a frame and then do these on the inside. I think there's different sizes. One completely covers, and one leaves out. Here's the covers, and they're like this. So you could make a little book out of that. So there's lots of cool little things on there. These you could very easily, if you don't have the right stuff just to make tags, and you're not really sure on making tags, you could make these and then just cut your corners and you'd have your tags. So it's a good little set. So go over and visit Genevieve. This piece, I was cutting out one of my pieces and it just cut this little hole in here. I don't even know what it was, which one it was I was cutting out. But so all I did was fold it in half, and I thought, well, that's kind of cute. I could put something behind there as a little peekaboo type thing. So we'll see what that one does. All right, and the last thing for today that I'm going to show you on this video is, here's my templates for my tickets I made out. See how they're wider? The other ones were more narrow. I like this because I can just put something else on there. And so what you'll get if you go get, it's a free template, but if you do go get it, please don't, you know, use it and sell it as your own or whatever. Because I am doing this for free. But the template will be just like this. And it'll give you these that you can work from the tickets. So, and then you can decorate them up, do what you want to do with them. You can make them bigger, smaller. It just depends on your printer, how you're able to change it around. But this, I have the template for this and for the pockets and all on the book cover. And if we come across some other things that I've made templates for, then I will pass them along to you guys. Okay, all right, thank you, and remember to craft, 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 and have a wonderful day.